Coach Robinson, and today's lesson for 7th grade would be on dividing decimals. Okay, now the last lesson, I expressed that I was going to show y'all how to add a mixed number into a decimal form, right? So in order for you to do that, you have to isolate your whole number. So you would write 11 here and then add your decimal here. The percentage is going to come from the actual fraction itself. So how you go about getting the decimal percentage, you would divide the denominator into the numerator. So we write it down here, 3/2. 3 cannot go into 2, therefore you put a 0 at the top. When you put a 0 at the top, you add a decimal, and you drop your decimal down, and then you add a 0 here. 3 goes into, theoretically, 20 6 times. So 0.18. And this is 0.2. Add another 0, drop it again. Then 3 goes into 20 6 times again. Okay. 2. Add another 0, drop it down. So as you see, this is going to be a repeating decimal. So all you will have to do is take the 0.66 from here and add it up here. So 11 2/3 expressed as a decimal is 11.66. Okay. So now I'm going to show y'all how to divide a whole number by a decimal. So in this case, 3 divided by 0.84. Now we know 3 cannot divide into 0, so therefore you put a 0 here and you put your decimal right next to it. 3 can go into the number 8. So 3 times 2 is 0.6. So we would write our 0.6 here, and then this would become 0.2. You're going to drop your 4 here. 3 goes into 0.24 8 times. The remainder is 0. So 3 divided by 0.84 is 0.2. So now I'm going to give y'all another example. So 4 divided into 3.56. We know 4 cannot be divided into 3, so therefore 0 goes up here. And you want to add your decimal. Now 4 can go into the number 35. So 4 times 8 is 32. So that's the closest we can get without going over. So add our 8 here, 0.32, okay. This turns into 36, 0.36, and 9 times 4 is 36. The remainder is 0. So 4 divided by 3.56 is 0.89. Now let's do another example. Let's do 9 divided by 0.936 thousandths. Okay, we know 9 cannot divide into 0, so therefore your 0 goes here. You put your 0 up. You always put your decimal next to it. Now 9 can divide into 9, so we're going to minus 9 and put our 1 up here. So this turns out to be 0, right? So 9 cannot divide into 0. So you add a 0 here, right? And then you drop your 36 down. So 9 goes into 0.36 4 times. So 9 divided by 0.936 thousandths is 0.104 thousandths. So I'm going to show y'all another example. We're going to divide 4 into 10.12. So 4 can divide into 10. 2 times 4 is 8. Right? So leaves us with 2. We're going to drop our decimal down. Okay? You want to add our decimal up top. Okay? So 4 goes into 2.15 times, because 4 times 5 is 20. So add our 5 up here, minus our 2.0, drop our 1. Then you want to drop your 2 from up here. 4 goes into 0.12 3 times. So 4 divided into 10.12 is 2.53. Now for this last example, I'm gonna divide 18 into 0.936 thousandths, right? So we know 18 cannot divide into 0, so therefore our 0 goes here. Add your decimal. Now 18 cannot go into 0.9 either, so we're gonna add another 0, and when we add this 0 up here, we're gonna minus a 0. Okay, drop it down. So now 0 minus 9 is 9. Okay, you want to drop this 3 down, add your decimal, 0.93. Now 18 times 5 is 90. So that's the closest we can get to 93 without going over. So got our 0.90 here. Drop this, okay, this turns into 0.36 because our 6 is up here. Now 18 times 2 is 36. So minus our 0.36 from here, leaving no remainder. So 18 divided into 936 thousandths is 0.52 thousandths. This concludes the 7th grade mathematical curriculum. The next lesson will be multiplying decimals. If you need any tutoring assistance, you can reach out to the Gmail account, unityservice216@gmail, or the Instagram account, unitytutors216. If you need tutoring assistance or a worksheet, any help of any type of magnitude, reach out to me. Thank you. Have a good evening.